Ayo, welcome in. My name is Brandon, aka Couple of Nerds. I'm a Twitch streamer over at twitch.tv/Couple of Nerds. You can check us out. We stream 3 days a week. I'm a variety streamer, anything from Farming Simulator to Apex Legends to Helldivers right now. Please come on over, hang out. My channel is completely centered around using my disease, multiple sclerosis, to help raise awareness for it, raise funds for the MS Society, and try to spread some good while my body is lets me. I was diagnosed with a neurological condition called multiple sclerosis back in 2019. At the time, I had been creating content on Mixer, RIP Mixer, for like nearly 4 years. Nothing serious. It was just a hobby, something I did in my free time. But I've been a gamer my whole life. Me and my best buddy Kyle, we've been playing games since we were kids. And just, you know, wanted something to do in my free time that kind of blended my creative side as well as my tech loving side. And that kind of is what came out with streaming. So like I said, it was nothing really big at the time. I just kind of did it in my free time when I could, streamed mostly myself. Now and then I would get one person in chat, but really it was kind of just me doing the thing. And I had always wanted to do something on YouTube ever since I had started doing content creation. The issue is I could never figure out what I wanted to do. I could do like, I wanted to do like news shows. I could do like Philip DeFranco style stuff, but just nothing that would actually add like a serious value or anything online that people weren't already doing better with more time available to them. So I kind of just didn't do much a lot on YouTube, and I've started recently posting my YouTube shorts. They're just clips from my Twitch channel, and that's been gaining a lot of attention. And I really wanted to kind of lean into YouTube, but I really wanted to figure out like a thing that a value proposition for YouTube, right? So I really started posting on YouTube forever ago. I even streamed on YouTube for a little while. Again, nothing serious, nothing crazy. But when I was diagnosed in 2019, I was diagnosed late in the year. So it was around December, and I, you know, was off work for a couple of months, ended up getting back into work for a couple of weeks before March of 2020 hit, which is, as we all know now, when COVID happened. So a fun little thing to deal with then. But my world kind of stopped. I didn't really do anything, and I had 6 months off work that I was just sitting around the house with nothing else to do. So I really was struggling mentally at the time, just trying to figure out what my new life was going to look like, what my new normal was going to look like, and how to approach that with my mindset. So I've always been a person that's a bit more on the optimistic side. I always wanted to help people, but I never really did much with that. So I had started not a YouTube company, but I had started a little computer business in my hometown called Your Computer Dude. And I was just helping out people here and there, mostly like, you know, older people with their printers kind of thing, getting them back on track. If people accidentally deleted their email, which was just them removing a desktop shortcut, little things like that. It honestly, it gave me so much joy, but it also created a place for me to pour in my like good into the world, and that was really important to me. I'm not a religious person. In fact, I consider myself an atheist. But I don't know. I've just always been drawn to that side of stuff. So as I was sitting on the couch, really going through it, I was in a very deep, dark kind of pit for my own self. I started to come out of it more and more and realized that I had been doing this content creation on Mixer, and I had been making these videos to try to get attention, but with no real end goal in mind. And I just kind of sat on the couch one day, and I don't know why, but somehow, my wife and I were just talking, and I really wanted to put my efforts and energy into doing something good and maybe utilizing my disease to do that good. So the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I didn't know what multiple sclerosis was when I was diagnosed with it. Surely there's got to be other people out there in the world that don't either. So I started changing my titles on Twitch. I at that point, Mixer had shut down. I had hopped on over to Twitch and really didn't do much with it, but I started putting in my title every day, every time I streamed. And at the time it was like 4 or 5 times a week after work. Like, it was a lot of time. And I started throwing in raising awareness for multiple sclerosis. That was the first part of the title. And then whatever I was doing that day. And I noticed more and more attention coming in, but not necessarily in droves or anything. like one or two people, like constant chatters kind of thing, which was more than I'd ever had on Mixer. And if you've streamed or if you've done anything in streaming, you know that it takes a long time to gain a following and to gain people coming back. And I was so excited. Things were happening and I was blown away. But then when things really picked up, I had met a buddy of mine. So a buddy of mine from high school, he had been streaming on Twitch for a while and he had garnered a really good community. And I looked at him as kind of like a guy to reach out to. He had experience. He had done things like this before. So we started talking more. We had been friends in high school, but not really kept in touch. And he started sending his community over my way more and more. And without him, I never would have hit affiliate. Without him, I never would have gained a following or gained a community. So truly shout out, special shout out. He goes by Knooch. He doesn't stream much anymore, but he is an incredible human and just very giving. And I'll forever be grateful for him. So with his community starting to come over more and more, with him starting to stream less and less, things had just started where his viewers were coming over to me and we started talking, and having a bigger number on Twitch meant more people were clicking on the channel, which meant more people were coming in, and I started to gain more regulars and really started to like focus in on what I wanted to do. So not even a year in, I think it was about 8 months in, we had 120 to 130 followers, and I was blown away, excited, freaking out. I had an average of 2 to 3 people a stream. Absolutely could not be more excited. So what I decided to do is I had randomly on one February day, had found a Reddit post, and I put down on a Reddit post of like, I am a content creator with multiple sclerosis. This is my story. This is how things have gone. And is there an avenue for people that are interested in knowing about MS, but also having a support place? And as soon as I posted that, someone had commented on the Reddit post and about a MS Society support Discord that had already been started, and they were a couple thousand people big. More importantly, there was a official MS Society Discord that had started for content creators, and this was the MS Society essentially wanting to branch out their fundraising efforts into content creators and see if there's anything that they can do in the space. So knowing very little of it, I signed up for it. It worked kind of like Extra Life. You sign up, you stream when you want to kind of thing. But I had noticed there was a big push in March for this for a big fundraising effort. So March, obviously one of the weeks in March is MS Awareness Week. And so we decided to do it around that time. So I had tried to like come up with some cool plans for streams. I'd reached out to a couple like streamer buddies and content creators that were like, pretty small, about my size. And we put together, through their insistence, actually, we put together a weekend-long stream relay. So a bunch of small creators, we came together. Collectively, we probably had 400 followers through like the 6 or 7 of us. And we streamed. I streamed twice a day for 4 hours each slot. We pulled out time slots. People took different shifts. And we worked together and we streamed an entire weekend nonstop, starting Friday morning, ending Sunday night. In a big culmination of everything coming together. And we ended up raising over $7,000 for the MS Society. So it was an incredible weekend, but that's really kind of what defined me as a content creator and kind of put me on the path towards what I do now. So for those that don't know, the MS Society is the largest organization dedicated to finding a cure for MS, as well as supporting and critically helping people that need support with MS. They provide resources, they provide all sorts of different things, and I don't even know the culminations of stuff. But I know one of the big things that I like to talk about is the infusion and medication that I'm currently on, which goes by the name of Ocrevus, was largely funded and helped researched by the MS Society. Ocrevus is now one of the largest medicines that MS people receive. So without the MS Society, I don't think we would have found Ocrevus. And so it means a huge part to me when we're able to support this organization just to, help cure MS, help find a cure for MS. We currently don't know what causes MS. We're getting a better and better idea every day, but, it's something that continues to elude us. However, I think what drives me is more so finding a cure for MS for the next generation. I think one of the difficult things is knowing that for me, I don't personally believe that we're going to find a cure for MS in my lifetime necessarily. However, I think that the efforts that we put in now are going to help people in the future. So whether it's the next generation or the generation after them, no one should have to suffer from MS. And I truly, truly believe that we're going to find a cure. It just may not be for me. And if it's not for me, that's fine. I will be okay with that outcome. I know I have accepted that. It's been a long time coming to accept that, but I truly, truly just want no one else to have to worry about this after me. So that's what we do. We're all about raising awareness, raising critical funds for the MS Society to help research, find a cure for MS. That's me in a nutshell. And yeah, that's pretty much it on this video. I want to start creating videos that are able to help people, but also show what life is like behind the scenes. So you've been diagnosed with MS. Now what, right? For me, I was sitting in a hospital after like 8 hours of testing and blood work and an MRI, 3 a.m., hospital bed, can't feel my body. Everything is numb. The hell does this mean now, right? The doctors told me that they think it's multiple sclerosis, but they're confirming through everything. And I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that means I'm terminal. I don't know if that means I have 2 weeks to live. I don't know if that means nothing and I'm just going to have like headaches every now and then. I don't know. I genuinely had no idea what that meant. So what I want to do is provide just a series of videos that kind of walks through my life, but then also maybe serves as kind of a vlog for me to look back on. And I hope you guys come along for the ride, and I hope this helps you in some way. If you've been newly diagnosed, I hope this shows that there is still life after MS, even though you've been diagnosed, even though you're going through it. You're not the only one. You're not alone. You never are. My Discord is always open to people, and I'm going to put links down below to everything. So Discord is always open. I've got resources in there for mental health, for the MS Society, for that support Discord service that I talked about earlier. All of that's in there. If you want to, feel free, hop in the Discord. Click the resources tab, grab the resources, and dip. We're all in 1,000 different Discords, so please don't feel like you have to stick around. It's truly just there as a resource and a place for people to go when they feel like they're alone, when they want a community, when they have nothing, no light. Like, that is what we're shooting for. People, and I apologize for my eyes. So for people that know me, I get emotional and I cry pretty easily. And when I talk about something that matters to me a lot, this is what happens. So I get teary-eyed. But truly, I just want to give people that are newly diagnosed, or maybe even have someone in their lives with MS that are questioning things that are important to them. What does that mean? What does that look like? So I'm really hoping to start these videos. I want to come out with them regularly. I'm not going to set a schedule because schedules never seem to work for me for YouTube. But as I come up with video ideas and things that I would have wanted to see when I was diagnosed, I'm going to try to put out a video on that topic. And if you guys have specific things, and if you want to leave a comment down below, let me know. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a dude in Ohio that's just trying to get by, living life and trying to make the most of it. So truly, I will do this until my body will not let me. And even after that, I'll probably go a little bit longer than I should. It's just the way I am. But here's to hoping for the future. Here's to crossing our fingers. We're finding a cure in our lifetime. And if not, the next generation doesn't have to suffer like we do. So till then, peace out, everybody. Kick ass, eat ass, do all the things. And until next time, I love you. Bye.